625 with Doug and Wolf. Good morning. Thanks for waking up with the two of us here on Sports 620 KTAR. We love doing it whenever we get the opportunity to do it, and that is talk to Senator John McCAIN, who's in D.C. this morning as he joins Doug and Wolf. Good morning, Senator. How are you?
Good morning, Doug and Wolf. I'm feeling a little better this morning after last night's victory over the Yankees. What's that, two for 14 or something like that?
Yeah.
On the road?
Yeah, it was a little rough on the road stretch, so it's nice to get a
But
home
I'm
win.
so glad, and there's nobody I'd rather beat.
Any trash talking on Capitol Hill this morning? Anybody you have to talk with?
Not yet, but I'm sure that most senators from New York are capable of that. But anyway, I'm glad they played well. And Upton, I have not understood why he's been in such a prolonged slump, I guess is the word, because he's one of the most talented guys in baseball, and I was glad to see him do so well last night.
Yeah, he really is. Senator John McCAIN joining us here on the Doug and Wolf Show. So did you have an opportunity to stay up and watch it, Senator? Did you see the end of that game?
I watched the first couple of innings, and I know that no lead is too large with this team, but I did feel some sense of comfort after the first inning or so. And look, that starts at 10:10 last night.
Right.
Old geezers like me can't stay up forever. But I still root for them. I still out there with them. They've got some great young ball players, and I really feel badly for them. I've been on losing teams, and I've been on winning teams. In fact, I've lost on occasion myself.
No!
So I know what it's like. And I know what, after I lost, I slept like a baby. Sleep 2 hours, wake up and cry. Sleep 2 hours, wake up and cry.
We're talking to Senator John McCAIN this morning, who just mentioned the year that Justin Upton's having. Justin went 3 for 3, 4 RBIs, 4 runs yesterday, and then even stole a base that set up one of the runs being scored when Montero knocked him in with a single. All runs scored with 2 outs. I think the thing with Upton, Senator, is just simply that the talent is always going to be there. It's not going anywhere, but I really think he struggled with the idea that somehow your role changed just because you got a big contract. And, you have to do it the way the baseball economy is. You can't let that guy hit free agency. But once you do sign him to the big contract, he's a young player who now thinks, okay, I'm supposed to play this way with this big contract, and I think he put way too much pressure on himself in the beginning.
I think that's probably right. By the way, isn't it correct that he and his brother and David Wright all played for the same at the University of Virginia, and even the same high school team?
They were all in AAU ball together as well, and even Mark Reynolds played with them too. I mean, it wasn't
they were pretty good.
Some separate teams at different times of growing up because of ages, but their paths crossed all the time.
That's a small world category. Could I mention one other item of trivia to you guys?
All right.
Our great running back from I'm drawing a blank.
You talking about Beanie Wells?
No, I'm talking about his competitor. Terrible.
Playing time, Tim Hightower?
Tim Hightower.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, it's early in the morning.
It's all good.
Tim Hightower attended the same high school that I did in Alexandria, Virginia. How's that for a small world category?
Oh,
that's big time right there.
I don't know why I drew a blank on Tim, because I've been following him, of course, rapidly, and I think he's a very fine young man. And he said, going to the high school that I went to, he said was a great impact and great experience, great impact on his life.
Senator John McCAIN joining us here on the Doug and Wolf Show. Senator,
why I just drew a blank there on Tim Hightower, I do not know.
Yeah, from the Richmond Spiders, as a matter of fact. Look,
and played very well there.
Yeah, have you been following, Senator, this whole college football expansion and the drama that was surrounding it? Have you been following this?
Yes, I have. And if I were still chairman of the Commerce Committee, which I was years ago, which has some oversight of it, because, as you know, the exemption for any antitrust act exemption that a lot of the professional teams have, I would still say, look, what's this all about in college football? Is it all about money? Is that all it is? Really, I ask you, Wolf, isn't it all about money?
I would say so, Senator.
And is that what college football is supposed to be about? Is college football supposed to be about money, or is it supposed to be about competition and athletics and athletes? And this thing that's going over about USC is, of course, really a black mark on a wonderful institution and a wonderful part of college football's legacy. And I just think that they're getting greedy. What is I heard that one school's athletic budget is some huge $100 million or something like that. Have you heard that?
Oh, Texas and Ohio State are almost the New York Yankees of athletic budgets when it comes to how much money they're spending.
I mean, that's not frankly, what I grew up with as college football and bowl games. So if it wasn't all about money, I wouldn't mind, and I wouldn't even comment, okay? But it just seems to me it's all about money for these people, and that's not what college athletics is supposed to be about.
Talking to Senator John McCAIN this morning about
agree or disagree?
I completely agree with you, and I know that it's all about money. And you look at the coaching salaries and the escalating arms race, as they call it, in facilities throughout college sports. But football drives everything. The major problem right now we're having with college sports is the practical participation of Title IX, not the actual law itself. But in order to do Title IX, you have to be spending so much money that now you have to invest everything you can into football, or you don't have the money to do all the other sports. And I don't see how this cycle's going to end.
I don't either, and I just saw a piece on one of the one of the cable shows about that a school now has cheerleading as a sport because because volleyball would be much more expensive as the way of their fulfillment of Title IX.
Wow.
I don't know if you saw that or
No,
not.
I missed that one. That one's...
The only thing I would say, Senator, is this right here. If, in fact, look, I understand it. You've got to raise money. If you're an athletic director, you've got to raise money for your athletic program. I mean, I understand that. And
But
yeah,
look,
we're forgetting...
Does that mean paying people and giving people cars and having
No, not at all. But Senator, I will say this right here, because I know, of course, you don't want to do that. You don't want to do anything underhanded. You don't want to pay a kid. You don't want to give his family a stipend. You don't want to give him a car or something like that. I understand that. That's wrong. But to me, I think if, in fact, you're going to go ahead and you're going to generate the kind of revenue that some of these football programs are generating right now, what I would like to see the NCAA, what I would like to see them do is give a student athlete a stipend. Go ahead and give them a stipend.
I agree with that. And then maybe you wouldn't have a situation
Absolutely.
like Reggie Bush. Apparently, look, I think Reggie Bush is a wonderful, great athlete. I'm sure he's a fine young man, but he's always going to have that asterisk next to his name, even if he clears his name. No, I agree with you. Why not give them a stipend so that they at least can have some benefits of the very rigorous life they lead in football. I don't have to tell you.
Yes. As you know, Senator, I mean, a lot of these kids, a lot of these student athletes, they come from underprivileged homes. I mean, they come from tough backgrounds. I think if you went ahead and you offered them a stipend and took care of them, I don't think that you'd get half the illegal stuff going on that we see today.
I think you're absolutely right. And why I couldn't remember Tim Hightower's name will befuddle me for the rest of the day.
Though, you're speaking.
I like J.D. Wells too, but anyway.
Wolf, you're speaking to the right man to get this done, because right now the problem is if you tried to do that, you'd be in violation of Title IX, because like the Army and the Naval Academy, they pay the student athletes because they pay everybody.
That's right.
So it's even. So if you want to pay the football player, you're allowed to.
Yeah.
You just have to pay the women's softball player the exact same amount of money.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
So
if you're going to generate the millions that some of these programs generate, share the wealth.
There. Talk to a senator and see if he can pass legislation on it.
Well, I'm always reluctant to have Congress get into these things. Like it's foolish when members of Congress decide what the BCS should be. I have my own personal opinion, but I don't think we ought to pass laws deciding it. You know what I mean? So I'm always reluctant. But in this case, at least we ought to have some kind of of a better understanding of how big businesses has become, and maybe there'll be a little bit of a reaction. I don't know. Or maybe it's just the way life is in the 21st century. I don't know.
I don't know how easy it is to get certain senators from Nevada to do anything or help you out. But listen, this story really gets to me. Okay, you have this bridge, and both states are a part of this bridge, and I'm sure both states put in their name. Okay, who do you want it to be named for? Who do you want it to be named for? One state goes with Mike Callahan, and the other state goes with Pat Tillman. When the state of Nevada hears Pat Tillman, can't they go, oh, we don't have anybody that good. Okay, never mind. We'll just call it the Pat Tillman Bridge and be done with it. Can you get any senators from Nevada to kind of backtrack on their end of the deal?
Probably not now, but the fact is that Pat Tillman was not just an Arizona hero. He's a national hero.
Yeah.
National hero. And by the way, I was with his wife, Marie, and some of their supporters at the Tillman Foundation just a week before last. And anybody who's got extra change around and you want to contribute to a worthy cause, the Pat Tillman Foundation is it. And I can't tell you what a magnificent individual Marie Tillman is. They're wonderful people, and we've got to keep alive the memory of an American hero, not just because of what he did, but how he inspires other young Americans.
Now, Senator, are you a World Cup soccer fan? Do you paint your face and blow the vuvuzela?
That horn, yeah. I enjoy it because I like all sports. I'm still stunned at the behavior of the French, but I guess maybe that's I don't know. That's why they're French.
My goodness.
Yeah, any chance you can start blowing the vuvuzela in Congress? I'd love to see you walk around the Senate blowing that at Harry Reid or anybody that's in your way.
That's an idea. I'll get one. We've tried everything else to stop them.
Senator,
Thanks for having me on, guys.
Really want to thank you for coming on the show this morning. And if you need somebody in your security detail, let me know, because I'd love to walk alongside the car.
I'd love to, pal. Go D-backs. Huh?
We'll see you, Senator.
Okay,
thank
guys.
you. Senator John McCain joining Doug and Wolf this morning.